Sure. Coming off a tough homecoming loss to Coastal Carolina, it was actually a thrilling ball game. Both teams fought, and we had an opportunity to go win it there at the end with a fourth down play that didn't go our way, but got behind early, dug ourselves out of a big hole right there, actually to take the lead, and had a lot of momentum coming out of it the third quarter heading into the fourth, and didn't get it done for us on both sides of the ball there towards the end. But, it is what it is, and we've got to bounce back. We've got to correct our mistakes that we happen. We've got to understand how really important it is to start strong coming out of the gates, because we didn't do that this past weekend, and it hurt us a little bit. But excited about a Texas State team coming in here. Got momentum off a win, I believe, against New Mexico State this past Saturday. And it's going to be a good contest. I know Coach Withers and his staff is going to be well prepared and have their team ready to come across to Georgia here, to Atlanta, to play a great contest, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Ben Moore with 24/7 Sports. Please go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, Coach. Certainly, as you mentioned, a tough loss and on Saturday, but you did highlight the three offensive linemen, they're freshmen that got a chance to start. What would you grade their performance, and certainly see some encouraging things as you guys were able to run the ball?
Well, let me tell you, from the center right guard to right tackle position, those guys being, the redshirt freshmen going in there, I thought they handled themselves really well. The communication was pretty much on par, and their blocking was. There's a few things they can improve on. There's certainly a lot that they can, I say, gel when it comes to their zone scheme blocking, some of the other things. But I thought they did a pretty good job on Saturday, and very, 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 very proud of all three of them, because Malik Young was actually more of a defensive lineman coming out of high school, and this is his first start and truly his first meaningful action, and I thought he handled himself nicely.
Yeah, you mentioned the slow starts as well. Was there anything specific that you guys can see, maybe now that the tape is you guys, the staff have seen it, that can get off to better starts? I know it's been kind of an issue the last couple of weeks, getting big down deficits and having to rally back.
I really can't put my finger on it, to tell you the truth. It was just the inability to make plays defensively, give up a big run, and it just started like that. It wasn't anything that we felt they were doing defensively against us offensively that led to the slow start. It was just we didn't hit. Dan missed a few balls early right there and didn't throw it quite as well as he probably should have there early, and it just happened like that. But he got rolling, and so did our defense, and we came around. Anytime you erase a 17-point deficit and take a lead, you've certainly found your momentum and your spark, and I attribute that to our football team, because that's tough. It's really, really tough. So I was proud of the way they fought and came back and gave us a chance to win the ball game.
No question. We talked previously about how young, you talk about it almost every week, how young this roster is. How are they responding basically to some of the adversity here? Certainly a close loss, other losses that they probably haven't seen as much coming from the high school ranks.
Yeah, I think they're handling it really well. Like I said, you take a football team like ours, and to get down 17-0 with such youth, and you I guess you could call it some immaturity in it. But there was no drops of the heads. This team fought back. Those guys played hard to get us back in, and the leaders, the older guys that we have on this team, made sure of that. And I don't see their heads dropping. I just think it's more of we're in an encouraging standpoint right now. We're trying to get better each and every week, and they understand that. It's not the case where you go in there as a coach and you yell and scream and you try to do that and show that you're big and tough, but you don't teach these kids or teach these young men how to win and how to become successful. So I think they're doing fine as far as their mental approach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. We do have time for one more with Whitney Hayworth with the Sunbelt Digital Network. Please go ahead, Whitney.
Coach, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. As you look forward to Texas State, they are coming off a good offensive battle. Willie Jones is really beginning to develop more and more each week at the quarterback position. How do you prepare for him, especially seeing how well he did on the ground this past week?
Well, let me tell you, anytime you find that running quarterback, you've got some issues. I mean, you essentially got to find another way to bring a guy in the box to account for him. And, at this point in time, it hasn't been our strong suit this year, stopping the run or having the ability to stop the running threat of the quarterback, or whether they're being in the quote-unquote wildcat formation with the back taking the snap. We really got to do our best in our scheme to be able to account for him, because he's a fine football player. I think he's really, really developing nicely into what they've envisioned all along, and we've just got to do a much better job keeping everything in front of us.
Coach, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Whitney. And thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have for you today. We do appreciate it.
All right. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.